Did you know there's a country where having multiple wives is seen as a symbol of strength? Today, we're diving into Uganda, one of the most mysterious and enchanting places on the planet. Hello everyone. In our latest video, we're setting off to explore Uganda, an East African nation filled with unique traditions, breathtaking landscapes, and incredible cultural diversity. Join us as we uncover the wonders and surprises this fascinating country has to offer. Join me on an extraordinary journey to Uganda, a hidden gem nestled in the heart of Africa. This is a land of seemingly impossible wonders, where having multiple wives is a symbol of strength, home to islands considered among the most dangerous on the planet, and boasting one of the highest birth rates in the world. Uganda isn't only the homeland of ancient, mysterious tribes, it's also the origin of the legendary Nile River, the longest river on Earth. Here, you'll witness some of Africa's largest glaciers and one of the most intense wildlife poaching hotspots. But don't let that intimidate you. Uganda is also known as the Pearl of Africa, for incredible reasons. It's home to over half of the world's mountain gorillas and the majestic Lake Victoria, the largest tropical lake on the planet. Lake Victoria is not just a natural wonder. It's an enchanting travel destination with stunning islands, including Mingo Island, regarded as one of the most dangerous islands on Earth. Are you curious about life in a country where polygamy is the norm? Would you consider having more than one life partner, or is one already more than enough? Share your thoughts with us. Now let's dive deeper into Uganda. Its capital, Kampala, is the heartbeat of this country of contrasts, located in the eastern region of the African continent, within the Nile Basin. Despite being landlocked, Uganda proudly spans around 241,000 square kilometers, bordered by neighboring countries like the Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Sudan, Rwanda, and Tanzania. Uganda lies within the region known as the Great Lakes of Africa, with significant bodies of water like Lake Victoria, Lake Albert, Lake Edward, and Lake Koga. These lakes not only add natural beauty, but also play a vital role in the lives of local people. Stay tuned as we uncover the secrets hidden within these waters and discover how they shape Uganda's unique culture. Join me as we uncover one of Uganda's most astonishing natural wonders, Lake Victoria. Not only the second largest freshwater lake in the world, Lake Victoria is also the largest tropical lake, creating a unique and rich ecosystem. The presence of this lake has transformed Uganda into a biodiversity paradise, shaping both the economy and culture of the entire region. But Uganda isn't just about breathtaking nature. It's also a vibrant mosaic of people and cultures. With a population nearing 47 million, Uganda boasts a remarkable density. Imagine, in an area similar to Uruguay, Uganda has over 10 times the population. This creates a dynamic, diverse living space where 70 different languages blend. Among them, Luganda stands out as the main language of the Baganda people, the largest ethnic group and the heirs of an ancient and mysterious kingdom. And this is what makes Uganda truly special, a modern nation that preserves ancient traditions. The Kingdom of Buganda, from which Uganda gets its name, still exists as a country within a country. Though Uganda is governed by a modern state, Buganda maintains its own monarchy, with a king, districts, and even ministries. This isn't just a historical relic, it's a living part of daily life in Uganda. But the story of Uganda goes even deeper. Let's explore more than 1,000 years of history, where 40 distinct ethnic groups and tribes have woven a unique cultural tapestry. Uganda is one of Africa's most diverse countries, where no single group holds absolute dominance. This is a land of ancient tribes, mysterious traditions, and untold stories. Are you ready to unlock the hidden secrets of Uganda? Stay tuned to learn more about its unique customs and unforgettable experiences in this Pearl of Africa. The Kingdom of Uganda, where history and modernity intertwine. Join me as we turn the pages of Uganda's vibrant, sometimes tragic past. Our story begins in the 19th century when European explorers first set foot in this land, opening a new chapter in Uganda's history. In 1894, Uganda became a British protectorate, marking a nearly 70-year colonial era. This period brought reforms in governance and education, spurring economic growth. Yet it also left deep scars, conflicts, slavery, and the displacement of many indigenous communities. Finally, in 1962, Uganda proudly raised its flag of independence. The three-striped flag of black, yellow, and red is not just a symbol of a new nation, but a testament to Uganda's history and hope. Black represents the skin of its African people, yellow symbolizes the tropical sunlight, and red stands for fraternity. At the flag's center, a crested crane, a legacy from British times, became Uganda's national emblem, a reminder of the past and a beacon for the future. But the path to freedom was far from smooth. Under its first president, Milton Obote, Uganda faced significant challenges. Then, like a sudden storm, in 1971, General Idi Amin Dada seized power in a coup, beginning one of the darkest chapters in Uganda's history. Amin's rule lasted 8 years, leaving deep wounds in the hearts of Ugandans. It is estimated that between 100,000 and 500,000 lives were lost during this period. In 1977, in a shocking move, Amin expelled the British consul and declared himself the conqueror of the British Empire, even going as far as to call himself the last king of Scotland. The story of Idi Amin has become the subject of numerous works of art, including the acclaimed film The Last King of Scotland. In 2006, the talented actor Forrest Whitaker won an Oscar for his powerful portrayal, vividly bringing to life Uganda's turbulent history. But don't let these dark chapters discourage you. Uganda's story doesn't end there. Join me as we explore modern Uganda, a nation that has overcome immense challenges to earn the title the Pearl of Africa, as Winston Churchill once called it. We'll discover Uganda's economic growth, rich cultural diversity, and remarkable efforts in wildlife conservation today. Are you ready to continue the journey? The Last King of Scotland. Since the fall of Amin, Uganda has moved towards greater political and economic stability, though it still faces some challenges. Today, Uganda is a developing country with a growing economy and a young, vibrant population. Ugandans are known for their friendliness and hospitality, and you'll have no trouble striking up a conversation with the locals. Western tourists are sometimes seen as more affluent, a perception shaped by the colonial past as well as by movies and stories. One film that beautifully captures the spirit of this fascinating nation is the famous Gorillas in the Mist. If you're lucky enough to watch it, you'll experience the breathtaking landscapes as if you were stepping into the African territories of Rwanda, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Uganda. Uganda is the country that Winston Churchill, one of history's most famous leaders, famously called the Pearl of Africa. Join me on a mystical adventure into Bwindi Impenetrable Forest National Park, a natural treasure nestled in western Uganda, just an 8-hour journey from the capital, Kampala. This is no ordinary forest. It's the kingdom of gentle giants, the mountain gorillas. As you step into Bwindi, you'll instantly feel the magical atmosphere. Thick mist blankets the forest, creating a fairy tale setting. And then, through the haze, you'll lock eyes with a gorilla, their deep gaze meeting yours. It's a moment of wonder, a profound encounter between human and wild that you'll never forget. But Bwindi is not the only place you can meet these furry friends. Uganda proudly shelters nearly half of the world's mountain gorillas. And here's some great news. Though still endangered, their numbers are growing. From just 480 individuals in 2010, their population doubled to 1,060 the following year. It's an incredible wildlife conservation success story. However, life for these gorillas is still fraught with challenges. Poaching remains the greatest threat. From careless traps to intentional hunting for the black market, their lives are constantly at risk. Heartbreakingly, young gorillas are sometimes captured and sold to zoos or as exotic pets, while their adult family members sacrifice themselves to protect them. But don't let these facts discourage you. Let them inspire you instead. Uganda is tirelessly working to protect this precious species. And you know what? You can be a part of this conservation journey too. How, you ask? Stay tuned to discover how you can join this incredible conservation story and uncover more of the wonders that Uganda holds. Lake Victoria, the green heart of Uganda. Join me as we explore one of Uganda's most awe-inspiring natural wonders, Lake Victoria. Imagine an endless stretch of water, so vast you can't see the other side, and you'll start to grasp the majesty of the world's second-largest freshwater lake. But Lake Victoria isn't remarkable just for its size. It's also the birthplace of the legendary Nile River, the river once worshipped by ancient Egyptian pharaohs as a god. Picture yourself standing on the lake's shore, watching as the water begins its epic journey, flowing thousands of kilometers through deserts and plains, sustaining millions before finally emptying into the Mediterranean Sea. Magical, isn't it? And that's only the beginning of Lake Victoria's story. This lake is a microcosm of wonder, dotted with thousands of islands, each one a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Can you imagine yourself lounging on the white sand beaches of Shese Island, listening to the waves and feeling the cool breeze on your skin? Or maybe you'd rather explore the mighty Owen Falls, where centuries ago, European explorers set foot in their quest to find the source of the Nile. But wait, our story about Lake Victoria doesn't end there. Did you know that within this lake lies a mysterious island known as one of the most dangerous places in the world? Stay tuned as we dive into the secrets of Majingo Island, a world of contradictions and mysteries in the heart of Lake Victoria. Majingo Island, paradise or hell in the heart of Lake Victoria. Imagine a tiny island, only half the size of a football field, yet holding a world of contradictions and mysteries. This is Majingo Island, a dark spot amid the blue waters of Lake Victoria. With an area of just 2,000 square meters, Majingo is home to thousands, making it one of the most densely populated places on Earth. But overcrowding isn't the only thing Majingo is known for. This island is also infamous as one of the most dangerous places in the world. Why? Let's dive into the story behind Majingo's small but complex facade. Straddling the border between Uganda and Kenya, Majingo has become the focal point of intense territorial disputes. Both nations have deployed military and police forces to this tiny island, turning it into a geopolitical hotspot. In 2009, Uganda officially recognized Migingo as part of Kenya, but tensions simmer beneath the lake's calm surface. Life on Migingo revolves around the Nile perch, a giant fish that can reach up to 2 meters in length and weigh up to 200 kilograms. But don't be fooled into thinking this is a fishing paradise. In reality, Migingo is a land filled with challenges and dangers. Imagine living in a place with only 2 toilets for thousands of people. A place where the line between law and crime is so blurred that fishermen must pay protection money to both police and pirates. And even then, they dare not venture out at night for fear of attack. But that's not all. Migingo is also facing a severe environmental crisis. The lake's shoreline is retreating at an alarming rate, threatening to turn Lake Victoria into a desert. And with residents forced to dump waste directly into the lake, the water, the lifeblood of the island, is becoming heavily polluted. So why do people stay? The answer lies in the complexities of human life. Migingo, though harsh and perilous, remains home for thousands. It's where they were born, raised, and bound by life's ties. But Migingo's story doesn't end here. This little island holds even more secrets and surprises. Stay tuned to uncover the untold sides of Migingo, a small island brimming with big stories in the heart of Lake Victoria. Fishing on Migingo Island. This tiny landmass, shaped like a giant turtle, has witnessed countless tragedies and remains an incredibly difficult place to live, plagued by corruption, violence, and harsh living conditions. Yet it plays a vital role for hundreds of families who rely on it for their livelihood in fishing. Its economic importance ensures that this contested island will continue to be a focal point of conflict and challenges in the heart of Lake Victoria. With its resources like Nile perch and a growing tourism sector, this lake has become one of the cornerstones of Uganda's economy. While over 80% of national income comes from agriculture and exports like coffee, tea, tobacco, and cotton, income from fishing and tourism remains essential for much of Uganda's population. This is a multicultural nation, rich in traditions and filled with surprising realities, thanks to its incredible diversity of people. Throughout its history, Uganda has become a unique crossroads of culture on the African continent, with over 50 ethnic groups living together in harmony. Uganda is a diverse cultural mosaic, each group with its own heritage, customs, and beliefs, making this land full of mysteries and ancient traditions. One of Uganda's most fascinating and enigmatic tribes is the Ike, one of the oldest and most isolated ethnic groups in the country. This tribe lives in the northeastern mountains of Uganda, near the Kenyan border, known for its unique customs in a landscape both beautiful and harsh. The live and small family units, focused on hunting and gathering, with a social structure based on extreme individualism. Group solidarity is limited, and they tend to live in solitude in the wilderness for extended periods. Tribes and traditional culture in Uganda, a journey through time. Join me as we step into the vibrant and mystical world of Uganda's tribes. First, we'll meet the mighty Karamojan warriors, the nomadic people living in Uganda's arid northeast. Can you imagine? Amidst dry grasslands, they maintain a rich culture filled with herds of livestock, powerful ritual dances, and proud warrior traditions. But the most fascinating aspect of the Karamojan is the Ekwit rite, a journey from adolescence to adulthood. Imagine standing in a tribal circle, surrounded by the beating of drums, traditional songs echoing, and a series of grueling physical challenges before you. This is more than a ceremony. It's a test of willpower, pushing you to your very limits. From the rugged lands of the Karamojong, let's travel to the heart of Uganda, where we'll meet the Baganda, the country's largest ethnic group and the origin of Uganda's name. When we think of the Baganda, we must mention the Kiganda dance, a symbol of grace and discipline. Picture yourself in the palace of the king of Buganda, surrounded by dancers in vibrant traditional attire, moving rhythmically to the beat of drums and strings. But Uganda isn't just about the Karamojong and Baganda. This country is a mosaic of over 50 distinct ethnic groups, each with its own colors, stories, and traditions. And guess what? We're only scratching the surface of this rich cultural treasure. Are you curious to uncover the hidden secrets in the ancient rituals of the Ik, one of Uganda's most mysterious tribes? Or perhaps you'd like to explore the unique customs of the Acholi people. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into the wonders of Uganda, a land where tradition and modernity blend, creating a mesmerizing cultural tapestry like no other. Polygamy in Uganda, an ancient tradition in a modern world. Imagine walking through a small village in Uganda. Suddenly, you see a man proudly introducing his family. Not one, not two, but 3 wives. Yes, you're witnessing one of the world's most controversial customs, polygamy in Uganda. In this country, a man having multiple wives isn't just accepted, it's legal. This form of polygamy, known as polygyny, allows men to marry multiple women at the same time. Amazing, right? It's estimated that around 8% of women and 7% of men in Uganda live in polygamous relationships. This isn't a passing trend, but a deeply rooted custom in the culture and traditions of many Ugandan tribes, spanning centuries. But have you ever wondered why this custom exists? The answer lies in Uganda's economic, social, and cultural history. In many rural communities, a large family with multiple wives and children is not only a source of pride, but also a symbol of wealth and status. Men who can support several wives are seen as powerful figures in the community. Why? Simply put, more wives mean more children, and more children mean more hands to work in agriculture, the foundation of Uganda's economy for generations. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. Are you curious to know how polygamy affects everyday life in Uganda? And does this tradition still hold relevance in the modern world? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the intriguing aspects of Ugandan culture, where tradition and modernity intertwine, creating a vibrant and sometimes controversial social tapestry. The role of men in Ugandan families, a story of power and tradition. Imagine stepping into a small, remote village in Uganda. The late afternoon sun shines down on thatched roofs, and you see a dignified man seated in the courtyard, surrounded by 3 wives and dozens of children. This isn't an unusual sight here. It's the typical picture of a traditional Ugandan family. In Ugandan society, a man isn't simply a husband or father. He is the pillar, the symbol of strength and authority. He is the protector, the provider, and the ultimate decision-maker in the family. But this role extends far beyond the family's boundaries. It radiates throughout the community, creating a complex web of relationships and alliances between clans. You might wonder, why is this the case? The answer lies deep within Uganda's history and culture. This polygamous family structure not only ensures economic survival, but also preserves and expands family lineage, protecting cultural heritage across generations. Each marriage is not merely the union of 2 individuals, but a strategic alliance between families, sometimes even between entire communities. But make no mistake, power comes with responsibility. A Ugandan man must secure the well-being of his large family. He is expected to be the guardian, the provider, and a role model for his children. In return, he receives unwavering respect from his family members. Wives and children are expected to obey and honor the decisions of the head of the household. Even more fascinating, marriage in Uganda isn't solely about romance. It holds a sacred purpose: procreation. Having children not only ensures the continuation of the family line, but also serves as a way to pass down values and customs from one generation to the next. Divorce is nearly non-existent in traditional Ugandan culture. Marriage is seen as a lifelong commitment, not just to a spouse, but to the entire community. However, like all cultural narratives, the story of the Ugandan man's role is gradually changing. The waves of globalization and new social trends are reaching even the most remote villages. This raises an intriguing question: can tradition withstand the tides of change? But that's a story for the next chapter. For now, let's delve into another facet of Ugandan culture, where tradition and modernity quietly wrestle for prominence. You'll be surprised by the transformations unfolding in modern Ugandan society. As we step into the bustling streets of Kampala, Uganda's vibrant capital, a colorful tapestry of tradition and modernity unfolds before us. Here, towering skyscrapers stand proudly beside traditional markets, creating a unique urban landscape. In this space, we witness a subtle yet powerful shift in Ugandan family structures. Monogamy, once an unfamiliar concept for many Ugandans, is gradually becoming more common. This change is not only a result of globalization, but is deeply influenced by Christianity, the dominant religion in the country. Young urban families, with open-minded and progressive values, are reshaping the idea of family happiness, where love and equality take center stage. However, this shift is not uniform. As we move away from the city center into rural areas, we see a different picture of family life. Here, traditional polygamy still exists, blending with modern values to create a complex and layered cultural mosaic. This raises an intriguing question. In a rapidly developing nation like Uganda, can tradition and modernity coexist harmoniously? Or will one eventually take precedence? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below. Your input not only helps us understand our viewers' perspectives, but also contributes to a richer, multi-dimensional conversation about Ugandan culture. And if you're enjoying this content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel. Your support motivates us to keep bringing you unique and captivating stories from around the world. But the story of Uganda doesn't end there. Did you know that this country also boasts one of the highest birth rates in the world? With an average of nearly 7 children per woman, Uganda faces both unique challenges and opportunities. Join us as we explore the far-reaching effects of this trend in the next chapter of our journey through Uganda, a land of mystery and allure. The Rwenzori Mountains, where the moon touches the earth. Have you ever dreamed of a place where snow and rainforest coexist? Let me take you to one of Uganda's and perhaps Africa's most awe-inspiring wonders. The Rwenzori Mountains, also known by their mystical name, Mountains of the Moon. Imagine this. Right at the sweltering equator, you can reach out and touch snow. With elevations soaring over 5,000 meters above sea level, Rwenzori creates a world of its own, where climate and life defy every natural rule we know. As you climb the slopes of Rwenzori, you'll witness a breathtaking transformation of ecosystems. From the humid rainforests at its base, you'll gradually enter a realm of strange plants, giant flowers, and thick moss. And as you ascend even higher, you'll be stunned by the sight of glaciers, an incredible phenomenon in Africa. But Rwenzori is more than just a natural wonder. It's home to countless rare species, many of which can't be found anywhere else on Earth. This is why UNESCO declared part of these mountains a World Heritage Site in 1994. Standing atop Rwenzori, gazing down over the borders of Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo, you'll feel the majesty of nature and the humbling smallness of humankind. But our journey doesn't end here. Curious about the other hidden wonders Uganda has in store? Join me as we explore another equally captivating marvel, the Sipi Cliffs, where magnificent waterfalls create a fairy tale landscape. Sipi Cliffs, where waterfalls paint nature's masterpiece. Imagine standing before a living painting, where pristine white ribbons of water cascade from hundreds of meters above, creating a symphony of nature. This is Sipi Cliffs, another one of Uganda's wonders, not to be missed after exploring the majestic Rwenzori Mountains. Located in the Kapchorwa region, Sipi Cliffs is far more than a typical tourist spot. It's a tale of nature's power and beauty intertwined. The magnificent waterfalls here flow like giant, soft ribbons, graceful yet strong, crafting a scene that seems straight out of a dream or from a distant planet. But Sipi offers more than waterfalls. It's a paradise for adventurers. You can hike to conquer the heights or spend time observing the myriad of birds and wildlife in the area. Every view, every moment here brings a unique experience, immersing you completely in nature. To fully enjoy Uganda's beauty, and Sipi Cliffs in particular, we must travel responsibly. And that brings us to our next topic: how to explore Uganda while respecting and preserving its natural environment and local culture. Curious about how to make the most of your Ugandan journey? Join me as we dive into tips for a safe and memorable trip, especially when you aim to witness mountain gorillas in their natural habitat. First, remember to turn off the flash when photographing gorillas. Sudden light can startle them and cause aggressive reactions. Also, keep a safe distance of at least 7 meters to ensure their comfort and prevent disease transmission. When encountering gorillas, remember, no touching, no loud talking, no eating or drinking near them, and avoid direct eye contact. These actions can make gorillas perceive you as a threat. In village areas, respect local customs and privacy. Always ask for permission before taking photos, especially of security personnel or public sites. When near lakes or rivers, be cautious. Uganda is home to hippos and Nile crocodiles, even outside national parks, so it's best not to swim or wade in natural waters. Additionally, there's a risk of schistosomiasis, a threat not to be underestimated. Lastly, be cautious when going out at night. If possible, go with a local companion, and keep a low profile regarding your belongings, especially in places like Mijingo Island. One final tip: be mindful when taking selfies with strangers, particularly those in challenging circumstances. This could be seen as insensitive or exploitative. But don't let these guidelines worry you. They're simply precautions to ensure a safe and unforgettable journey. Uganda remains a spectacular destination, promising unique and thrilling experiences. Thank you for joining us in exploring Uganda, a true gem of Africa. From towering mountains to breathtaking waterfalls, from unique cultures to wild nature, Uganda is a must-visit for anyone with a passion for adventure and discovery. If you're captivated by Uganda's beauty and mystery, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss our next adventures. Every week, we'll bring you fresh perspectives on far-off lands around the world. We hope this video has inspired you, sparked your wanderlust, and broadened your view of the world around you. Remember, every journey is a chance to learn, experience, and grow. See you in the next video, where we'll continue to uncover the wonders this beautiful Earth has to offer. Get ready to be amazed by the beauty, mystery, and endless diversity of our world.